Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 and a look at update 1.7, a specific feature of update 1.7. As part of that, Giants have said they have fixed the grass yield and the fact if you cut the grass in a partially grown state, you still got the full yield. And I wanted to test to see what the effect of that is. And what you can see me attempting to do very badly here is establish with version 1.6, so before the update, what the behavior was again. So I have here a partially grown grass field and we're going to do a cut on this field. It is fully fertilized, so we're going to cut this field partially grown. I'm going to reset, I'm going to cut it fully grown. I'm using the developer console to get the field in the right states. I'm then going to update the game and repeat the same two tests, and we will see what has happened. Have they actually fixed it? What's the difference in yield between fully grown and partially grown with update 1.6 and update 1.7, and what do you maybe then want to do with cutting your grass? Because I think probably a lot of people have got used to the fact that basically it's really sensible to cut your grass every other day, essentially, because in the partly grown state, you got the full yield, and basically we were gaining bonus cuts of grass throughout the year, and it was kind of cool, wasn't it? So yeah, it's taken them a few updates to get around to fixing this one. But if you looked on social media, everyone was asking for Giants to fix the game. They fixed this one, so we've got to be happy with that, right? Everyone wanted the game to be fixed. They fixed this bug. It was a bug. So well done, Giants. We should be happy. I am expecting on, as was the case on every social media post that Giants made, whatever it was about, people were saying fix the game. Even if it wasn't about FS25, people were saying fix the game. Even if it didn't involve use of the game developers, people were saying fix the game, why have you done this? So I'm expecting now that all of those people are going to be commenting, thank you Giants, you fixed the game, because in theory they fixed a lot of the things that people were complaining about. It's a pretty extensive fix list. I've only very minimally looked at how the game is running. I know some mods now don't work, but I'm sure that the modders that are responsible for those will very quickly get those updated. So, partial cut has been mown and is being collected up. I'm using the TARDIS forage wagons because that lets me load in loads of grass and not worry about getting full, and we can just keep those on the farm and see how much we got to do the comparisons nice and easily. And I'm really looking for major trends, not exactly the same numbers, because things will vary a little bit, because it's grass, will probably be catching the odd edge of the field and that kind of thing. For a completely scientific test, I should maybe have gone around the edge of the field with the terrain painting tool, but I just wanted to get this done and I didn't want the game to accidentally update because I didn't get around to doing the control particularly early. So 49,241 litres off of the partly grown state with version 1.6. Let's reset things. So now fully grown in the same state as the previous one, and we will mow again, get it cut, get it loaded into the forage wagon and see what we get, and then we'll reset. So another feature that's quite cool that they've added, and we will look at this once I've updated the game, which took a little while. I'm guessing everyone was excited about the update, is with GPS. They've now added an auto disable to the cruise control, and that's making it even better. really like that feature. That's not in my favourite mod, which is VCA, for GPS-like behaviour, I don't think anyway. And obviously if you're on console, that's completely new functionality for people. So yeah, really cool feature. You'll see that in a bit when I update the game. But yeah, I say it took a while to open. It didn't take that long. So I use, on the computer I was playing on anyway, a Giants version of the game. And yeah, it was probably about 20 minutes to update. And I did it pretty much as soon as the update was available. So it wasn't too bad. I think typically Steam updates a bit quicker because Steam has obviously significantly more infrastructure. I'm not sure about console, not a console gamer. But yeah, it's, there's quite a lot in the update list. I don't have it in front of me. I was really focused on this because this is one that I think really affects a lot of people. If you do grasswork, this is really going to affect your gameplay. And it's affected some of the videos that I've made previously, like most profitable crop. It sort of affects that. So I might have to go back and look at that, although I still think it was the basing it off real behavior. It was grass silage in particular was still one of the most profitable. Poplar was by far still the most ridiculous. The grass is still up there, but it does change it a lot if now you've got to wait an extra month to get the full yield. And I'm not in this video going to do, what's the best strategy, because I really just wanted to quickly try and get a video out on what's the impact of this on your yield. And we will see that very shortly as we just get our 2 baseline cases done. And I had to redo these. So this is the field that I use for a lot of my testing. I couldn't find the footage that I had of doing this the first time around. So yeah, but again, 48,500 litres, so a little bit less than the previous one, but I think that's because on the previous one we clipped a few bits of headland, and that's where that extra 700 litres came from. So I'm going to go away, update the game now. For you, that will be no time at all through the magic of video editing. Here we go. So we're now in version 1.7. Visually you won't see any difference, apart from in a moment I will show you the cruise control feature. I actually had a moment of panic that my game hadn't updated, and I went and checked the log file to show me that it was showing version 1.7. And then I thought, actually, there's that cruise control thing. And so yeah, I did come back and record a little bit of showing that. With the test that I was trying to do here, it doesn't quite slow you down quick enough. And I think the Big M carries quite a lot of momentum. But I think for a lot of things, it's going to be really useful if you want to kind of play in quite a chilled out way. And particularly if you've done more than one headland. I've only done a single headland here. So if you've got a couple of headlands, it's going to be really nice for relaxed, lazy gameplay, which I quite like, to be honest. And with some of my content, I'm going back to the way that I used to make some of my videos, and that's going to really play into that more laid back way of actually creating gameplay footage. Here we go, in the steering assist. It's just got that option at the bottom to turn on automatic cruise control disable. So if we run up the field now with cruise control on, you will see that as we get to the end of the row, it auto disables. I do end up jamming the brakes on just to stop us running off the edge of the field. But yeah, it's really cool. The other thing, I guess, when you're loading in the game for the first time, things will be a little bit juddery, a bit laggy, because the game needs to rebuild the shader cache. So ideally, if you're on PC, stick flight mode on and just go up in the air, fly around the map a bit. That will rebuild the shader cache for the whole map, and you'll be good. If not, just be patient for a bit as the game rebuilds the shader cache, and then things should be fine. So that's partial growth cut. Let's get it picked up and see how much we get. I didn't think it was massively obvious that there was a change from the swaths that were on the ground. GPS had recalculated the course and set it up slightly differently, so we've got the partial swath on this side of the field. But I think by the time I got to the end of the first run, there already is a pretty significant difference in the amount of grass that's in the forage wagon. To the order of about 50%, which is what we expect. So yeah, it does look like the change has worked. Now I expect that Giants do actually test their stuff, whatever people say. You know, they are a professional software developer. Bugs happen. It's the reality of developing software. So we are on the penultimate swath, and we're down at 19,000 litres rather than the 40-odd thousand litres that we had before. So yeah, if you cut on the it's essentially the second growth state, or the growth state before harvest ready, you're going to get half the yield, which is what it should be. It's what it should have been all along. It's what we all expected when we started playing FS25. But we've got used to, in the intervening many months now, 7 months, we've got used to getting that full yield off of it. Now we're looking at half of that. So, yep, you're going to have to adapt your gameplay. Just to be sure, I wanted to follow up with a check on the full growth, just to make sure nothing had got screwed up there. So I reset, same field, same fertilization, full growth state. So we're just going to quickly get this picked up, make sure that nothing's changed there. While I'm doing that, I'm going to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you're interested in any of that, there are links down below. Typically, the Patreon supporters get early access to my videos. Not for this one, because I'm trying to get this one out as soon as possible after the update. And I wasn't able to test this bit until the update went live. So, yeah. But this one, we should get the same amount as we did with version 1.6, because this should be unchanged. I want to check it. Just to be certain that nothing got screwed up. And yeah, really like Omatana's TARDIS mod pack for this kind of thing, because I'm not worried on a field this size that we're going to get more than what will fit in one of these forage wagons. And you're not dealing with bales and counting bales and partial bales and all of that kind of thing. So you're really good for testing this kind of thing. So if you want to do your own testing for this kind of thing, go download the mod. And if you enjoy using the mod, go rate it 5 stars, because then you help out Omatana. Yeah, really cool mod. Really useful for doing this kind of thing. Or if you just enjoy playing with things that have GT capacity and fast speed. And so we are again, coming up on the last swath, and we are back up over 40,000 litres. The last swath is a full swath, so looks like we should be good for getting back to the full 48 odd thousand litres of grass off of this fairly small field. So yeah, you are going to have to bear in mind now for your grass work that you probably in most situations want to let it grow to the full amount unless you're coming up towards the end of the year. So that is update 1.7's fix to grass. They have fixed it. It is behaving now as it should have all along. So yeah, bear that in mind. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found it useful. Hope it helps you plan your grass work in the future. As it shows there, half yield off of partially grown grass. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, and I will see you all next time.